Spokeswoman for the Trump campaign. She is Katrina Pierson. Katrina, thank you as always for taking the time to come on.
Hi, Jim. Great to be here.
So as you know, and you just heard the previous segment, Donald Trump, he's been called out by most of his rivals for deciding against showing up tonight. I just want to quote what Ben Carson said. He said, "If you get into the presidency, I guarantee you that there's going to be unfairness. So this is just practice for that," in effect responding to Trump's contention that Fox was not being fair to him. How do you respond to that criticism from Ben Carson?
Well, there's always going to be detractors, Jim, but this isn't negotiation, foreign policy, or warfare, or ISIS for that matter. This is a Fox News debate. Mr. Trump has done a Fox News debate. He's done 6 debates, and he's done several events, He's the most accessible candidate that there is. He's had the most town halls. He has press conferences, answers all the tough questions. This decision was made because Fox News outed themselves as a biased media organization against Trump. And as you've seen reports today, that there is an executive's daughter who's working on Marco Rubio's campaign, but they haven't disclosed that yet, have they?
Let me ask you this, because this is an open question still, and CNN's reached out to the Trump campaign to get an answer to this very simple question. Which veterans groups are taking part tonight, and which veteran groups have agreed to accept money raised at this event tonight?
Well, Jim, there is a website up now, and the money that's going to be raised will be in bulk, and the disbursements will be spread all across the country to veterans organizations, and those who don't want to receive the money, we'll make sure not to send them a check. But I will say, I do find it interesting
but to be clear, just
there's
on that,
a lot of pressure in the media.
The money's going to a Trump organization now. Name one veterans organization that has agreed to accept that money.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
The money right now is going to a Trump organization, which you then say will be dispersed. Can you name one organization, veterans organization, that's going to participate tonight and accept some of the funds raised tonight?
Well, I believe there might be a list now on the website. There are a lot of organizations that are in queue to sign up for this. There are veterans that will be attending tonight and will be doing some of the program as well. But I was going to say, with regard to veterans, we've seen a lot of pushback in the media from other veterans who don't appreciate what Mr. Trump is trying to do for veterans, considering how it's been one of the things that he's been talking about since he entered the race, Jim. But look, his senior policy advisor, retired Air Force. There's campaign staffers and supporters like Nancy Mace, who was the first woman to graduate from the Citadel. We have Skip Gipper in Florida, who came out and endorsed him just a week ago, Catherine Gates Skipper. And I got to tell you, she was the first woman that saw combat as a Marine. And so there are veterans supporting Mr. Trump, and these are the people that he gets to meet all across the campaign trail, that he gets to see and talk to. And that's why this has become more of an issue for him, to meet these people and see the things that they have gone through throughout their lives.
I want to take a moment now to ask about some tweets that have appeared on your verified account. You'll remember that my colleague Brian Stelter asked you about a particular tweet you made saying that we need, in your words, pure greed presidents. You dismissed that as silliness, and you noted that people in the Twitter sphere call you half-breed. But I want to draw your attention to 2 other tweets that we found somewhat alarming, I'll be honest with you. October 4th, 2012, you wrote, #2012, choice Mormon or jihadi, clear enough. Then on March 3rd, 2013, you wrote, "This corrupt country has a head Negro in charge." Both the wording of those, but also the allegation in effect there. How do you defend those tweets?
Well, absolutely. As an activist, we spend most of our time, particularly in 2012, fighting off liberal activists and other establishment activists. So, of course, you could pull any of those tweets out of one of those heated discussions, because a lot of time it's in the sphere of fighting off other liberal activists. And I got to tell you, it's interesting that this has made some sort of news cycle when we have all of the things that are happening in the world, including a presidential race, to go back 36,000 tweets, pull them out of context of the discussion, and try to make that a news story. That's where we are today in the media. It's very biased, and that is exactly why Mr. Trump is not participating in one of the debates tonight.
Well, I'm just asking you to defend the specific language that you use. You're saying that language responded to other offensive language that was part of the conversation?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Yes, things get very heated in politics, and there were 2 candidates that I was defending in 2012. One of those was Senator Ted Cruz, and the other was House Speaker Newt Gingrich. So in those fights, and there's been a blog post on this in 2012 outlining a lot of those Twitter trolls that we were fighting against.
Katrina Pierson, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, Jim.
On the Democratic side,